Look, Milo, the island is getting closer. We're almost there. Wow, it looks even bigger than I imagined.
This entire film, every scene, every camera angle, every moving shot you're about to see was never filmed. No camera, no actors, no film crew. It was built entirely from text, using two free tools most people scroll past every day. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact process, start to finish, that turned a single prompt into a fully animated movie. Not a shortcut version, the real workflow, the one professionals are quietly already using. Let's get into it. Before we touch any video tool, we need something every good AI film starts with: a script. Not just dialogue, but a full production blueprint, character descriptions, director-style shot angles, and editor-level scene movement. That's exactly what we're going to generate first, using ChatGPT. I've already prepared the exact prompt I use for this. You'll find the link to it in the description, saved as a Google Doc, so you can copy it directly instead of typing it out. This matters more than it looks like. The quality of everything you create later, the images, the camera angles, the animation, depends entirely on how detailed and structured this first prompt is. A vague prompt gives you a vague film. A structured one gives you something that actually looks directed. So, open the document, copy the prompt exactly as it is, and paste it into ChatGPT. What you'll get back isn't just a story, it's a full shooting script. It breaks the film down scene by scene, describes each character consistently so they don't change appearance later, defines the camera angle for every shot the way a real director would, and even suggests how an editor would move between scenes. This single response becomes the foundation for every single thing we do for the rest of this video. Now that we have our script, we move to the tool that actually turns text into visuals, Google Flow. Open it and create a new project. Think of this project as your empty film set. Nothing exists in it yet. We're about to build it, piece by piece. Before generating anything, there's one setting worth understanding, because it changes the entire quality of your output. Google Flow lets you choose the image engine behind your generations, and we're going to use Nano Banana Pro. The reason this matters is simple. It currently produces some of the most consistent, high-detail image results available, and right now, it's completely free to use inside Flow. That's a huge advantage, because image quality is the single biggest factor in how convincing your final video will look. If the image is weak, no amount of animation afterward will fix it. Now we start bringing scene 1 to life. Go back to ChatGPT, and from the script it generated, copy the very first prompt, the one describing scene 1 visually. Paste that into Google Flow. Here's a step people often skip, and it's actually one of the most important ones. Before generating, make sure Flow is set to create 4 image variations, not just one. This gives you options. AI image generation is still somewhat unpredictable. One version might have the right lighting, another might nail the character's expression, another might have a better composition. Save the settings, hit generate, and you'll be able to watch the progress live as the 4 versions render. Once they're ready, don't just grab the first one you see. Compare all 4 carefully. Look at facial consistency, lighting, and how closely it matches the mood of your script. Pick the one that best represents the scene and download it as a 2K upscale. Upscaling now, at the image stage, saves you from quality loss later when this image gets turned into moving video. A single image isn't enough to make a scene feel cinematic. Real films use multiple camera angles within the same scene, and we're going to recreate that. Go back to ChatGPT and copy the next prompt, the one specifically written to describe a camera angle for this same scene. Paste it into Google Flow the same way as before and generate. After a short wait, you'll get an image generated specifically for that angle. Same scene, same character, different perspective. Now here's the part that actually builds a full scene instead of a single flat image. Repeat this exact process for every camera angle prompt ChatGPT gave you for this scene. If it gave you 4 angle prompts, generate all 4. This is what gives the final film its sense of movement and direction later, instead of looking like a slideshow. And once scene 1 is fully covered from every angle, you simply repeat this entire image generation process. The scene prompt, then all its camera angle prompts for every remaining scene in your script. With our images ready, it's time to bring them to life as actual moving video. Click the add icon inside your project, choose upload media, and upload the first image you generated for scene 1. Now go back to ChatGPT one more time and copy the prompt written specifically for video animation. This is different from the image prompt because it needs to describe motion, timing, and action rather than just a static frame. Bring that back to Google Flow, drag your uploaded image into the workspace as your reference, and paste the animation prompt alongside it. Before you hit generate, there are 2 settings you genuinely don't want to skip. First, make sure Flow is set to generate only 1 video output per request. Video generation consumes far more credits than image generation, so generating multiple versions at once, when you only need one, is the fastest way to burn through your credit balance for no real benefit. Second, confirm your aspect ratio is set to 16:9. This is the standard widescreen format, and getting it right now saves you from having to re-render later. With both settings confirmed, hit generate. Flow may ask you to approve the credit usage for this render. Confirm it, and from this point, the tool takes over. This is genuinely the most satisfying part to watch, because you can track the generation progress in real time as your still image is transformed into a moving scene. Once that first clip is done, you simply repeat this same process. Upload, reference, prompt, generate for every scene you created earlier. That's the reliable, controlled way to do it, scene by scene. But there's also a faster method, and it's worth knowing because it can save you real time on longer projects. Instead of animating one image at a time, upload all of your downloaded images together into the project at once. The key here is choosing the images carefully. You want the ones that best preserve your character's consistency and the visual quality across every scene, since Flow will use all of them together. Then, instead of writing a separate prompt for each one, you simply instruct Flow through a single prompt to generate a full story connecting those images in sequence. It's a genuinely powerful feature. It takes your selected stills and threads them into flowing motion automatically. Once that's rendered, download the result and repeat this for the rest of your image sets the same way. This next part is what actually separates Google Flow from most other AI video generators. It has a built-in feature for stitching all your separate clips into one continuous film without needing a separate video editor. Here's how it works. Open the first video, whichever clip you want to appear first in your final film, and look for the add icon on the timeline. Click it to add that clip to your sequence. Then bring in your next generated video the same way, and make sure to unmute it before adding it, so the audio carries through in your final export. If you have more clips generated, repeat this exact process. Add clip, unmute, add clip, until every scene from your project is lined up in the correct order on the timeline. Once everything is arranged the way you want it, look for the download icon above the timeline. One click and Flow renders your entire combined sequence. Every scene, every camera angle, every generated clip into a single finished video file. If you want to actually build this yourself, not just watch it, I've put the exact prompts I used, the settings, and the full script from this video inside my Telegram channel. Link is right there in the description. That's also where I drop new AI workflows before they go anywhere else. And if this kind of content is useful to you, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. This channel is only going to keep going deeper into this. Go join the Telegram now, grab the prompts, and start building.
Look, Milo, the island is getting closer. We're almost there. Wow, it looks even bigger than I imagined.
Coming in too fast. I can't empty it quick enough. Hang on, Leo. The waves are getting bigger.
Milo, do you feel that? My feet are getting wet.
Uh-oh, Leo. I don't think that water's supposed to be inside the boat.